Welcome back to Brand Champions. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, this is brought to you by Teal, the agency. And we're excited to have Chelsea Burns of the Marketing Psychologist with us today to share her thoughts on branding. And Chelsea, welcome to our conversation today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you and really very excited to learn about your role with branding with your clients. So let's start with when you're starting to talk to a client about addressing their brand, getting their brand out there, what kind of questions are you asking them to really help define what their statement and story is?
Yeah, so when we're talking about branding, we're talking about a relationship. And so the beginning of that conversation with me actually goes a lot deeper. We dig into the value. That's not the value proposition, but the higher value of what they're putting out into the world, and then the value seeking of their audience to really understand what does a healthy brand relationship look like.
And that really is key. You want to understand what that relationship to them is going to feel and look like, because it translates out to the general public. But I'm sure some of them come in really with some very hard definitions of what their brand is, but you may see things differently. Research may see things differently. How do you really address that with some people in those situations?
Yeah, absolutely. So the great thing about being the marketing psychologist is that people do kind of expect to go deeper. It's almost like a little bit of brand therapy. And so they're prepared to have their ideas challenged and to really take a look at things that they haven't uncovered. And so when we do that, they do have these strong ideas. There's a ton of research. So one of the things that I do is I bring this combination of marketing experience and applied psychology. So I have a master's in applied psychology. So we pull together the research and the theory and we bring it down into practice. And I think that really shows people what's going to happen as they apply these two things.
That really must be a strength for you, because psychology is a very strong part of marketing and branding and advertising and getting the thoughts of your brand into the mind of the consumer, but also understanding the consumer's mind as well. So how does that additionally translate for your clients with that real strength that you have in this means?
Yeah, so one of the things that you're going to see that's a differentiator is that so much of marketing psychology, sales psychology, branding psychology, it's like a point in time, right? It's very isolated to the point of conversion, to generating leads. What I do is very interconnected. We're talking about complex human beings making complex decisions. And so what we're doing is layering on different levels of psychology and holding space for each consumer as an individual, but in a way that is systematized, that we can automate, and that makes each person really feel like they belong with the brand, and it builds trust super fast. So I would say that's kind of that main difference. We're looking at this holistic experience, this holistic relationship.
And it really is a relationship that you hope to build with your client base. And I guess it is rewarding when you really see the results of all that psychology being understood by your clients, and then the results coming in with the general public. So we thank you so much for joining us and really sharing this angle of how you work with clients and focusing on that psychology.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you very much for joining us as well. Chelsea really makes a great point. Psychology is really at the heart of everything within marketing and branding and sales. You're really trying to get into the mind and the understanding of the person that you're speaking to, and really trying to find the best ways to relate to them. So taking some of Chelsea's theories really can be of great asset to you. You can definitely check out more information about her as well. But go out, have a great rest of today, and we will see you next time.